Hello, a very, very happy Easter to you. My name's Lydia. I'm the vicar here in Clifton, and here is an Easter Sunday reflection. 10 years ago, my lovely grandma had a stroke, and as there was no more that they could do for her medically, we were in that awful situation as a family of waiting for her to die. At the same time as she was lying in a hospital bed, I was coming to the end of my pregnancy with our youngest child, and I remember having this bizarre sense of the circle of life and of endings being intrinsically linked to beginnings. The end of my grandma's life on earth would lead to the beginning of life of a different kind for her. And the end of my pregnancy was going to lead to the beginning of a new little life to love and care for. This time of year is so full of the signs of new life. Daffodils are growing, little lambs are being born, and most excitingly of all, we get to eat lots and lots of chocolate eggs. But with all that has been going on, it might be that we struggle to hear the message of new life this Easter. We struggle because we can't really see past waiting for an end to this awful pandemic. But Easter isn't just about new beginnings. Easter is about endings too. As pregnancy finishes and a baby leaves the darkness of the womb to burst into the bright lights of our world, so Jesus left the darkness of the tomb to burst out and shine as a light in the world forever. And in this amazing display of God's transformational power, God uses the death and resurrection of Jesus to put an end to things, as well as to lead the world into the joy of new life. So because of Jesus' death and resurrection at Easter, there's an end to the impact of sin on our lives. Our selfishness and greed used to stand in the way of us getting close to God. But now we can have a fresh start every time we need one. There's nothing that we can do to make God love us any less. Because of Jesus' death and resurrection, there's also an end to shame. I watched a TED talk not so long ago that talked about how the biggest obstacle to someone's progression through life isn't actually academic qualifications, but that feeling of shame, of not being good enough. But Jesus says to us, you are enough. You are enough just as you are. I love you just as you are. I died for you just as you are. Step out and be the person I've created you to be. His death and resurrection also brings an end to fear. Fear can cripple us. Fear can destroy our dreams. But because of the power of the resurrection and Jesus' promise to always be with us, we know that our future in this life and the next is secure. Instead of living in fear, we can live in peace, despite all that the roller coaster of life throws at us. And finally, there's an end to the finality of death. Death has been beaten. Death has been beaten once for all of us, for all time, and we can all have access to life that is eternal. And at this moment, I think we're perhaps all longing to an end to the upheaval that the coronavirus has caused, and the beginning perhaps of a new kind of normality. It hasn't all been bad though. The world is recovering from pollution. We've realised the importance of human connection. And we've recognised the significance of jobs which maybe we previously hadn't thought too highly of. I wonder what this time has taught you about what is important in life and what you might be looking to do differently when normality resumes. What old habits can stay buried and what new things have you discovered in this time that you want to hang on to? I've certainly been challenged in lots of ways, and one of the things that's impacted me most is the realisation that for some, this level of isolation is normal. And that really is not okay. I wonder what's challenged you the most, and I wonder how we will all step into new life on the other side of this coronavirus season. Well, may God bless you this day, the God of endings and beginnings. Amen.